I think this topic is going to set Rob Parker off. But who better? Who better to say this? Who better to compare Steph Curry to Michael Jordan than Steve freaking Kerr? Steve Kerr, who won championships as a teammate with Michael Jordan, who hit a series-clinching shot in the NBA Finals off an assist from Michael Jordan. And now, of course, who has coached the dynasty built by Steph Curry in Golden State. Who better to compare Steph to Michael Jordan and Steve Kerr? Here he is.
I think Steph, in a lot of ways, is like Michael Jordan in that there are so many moments that they all sort of bleed into each other, and then they don't even stand out because that's just what you expect. And maybe that's the true sign of greatness.
All right, Rob, am I correct in my belief that this is going to stick in your craw?
I just threw up in my mouth, Chris Broussard. How dare you, Steve Kerr? Damn you, Steve Kerr. I can't believe you would go there and put your lips together and say Michael Jordan and baby Steph Curry in the same sentence. Are you kidding me? Steph Curry couldn't make a big shot if you put him on a step ladder. Here's his highlight, Steph Curry. He ain't make a big shot. I was in Cleveland when Michael Jordan won a series with a big shot and Craig Elo hanging all over him. Michael Jordan won all 6 finals MVPs. Steph Curry hasn't sniffed one. Some guy named Iguodala won Steph's MVP in the finals. Some other guy named Kevin Durant came, stole his milk money, stole his team, and his 2 final MVPs. Steph is a great player. We all know that. If I want to go watch the Harlem Globetrotters, if there was no NBA, Steph would be a great Harlem Globetrotter. Half-court shots. He would throw buckets of confetti. Behind the back pass out of the bounds. He can do all that. Michael Jordan is on a pillar by himself. Please, Steve Kerr, I get it. You want to make Steph Curry feel good. You want to validate him. You want to punch his ticket and say, well, I play with Michael, so I could be the one to say you're great too. And it all rolls in together. No, it doesn't. It doesn't roll in together, not one iota, not one scintilla, not 1 gram of salt. No way, no how does Steph Curry and Michael Jordan belong in the same sentence other than Steph Curry bought 3 pair of Michael Jordan sneakers today at Foot Locker. That's the only time those two go in the same sentence.
Are you done? Turn off the freaking music. That didn't deserve music, Alex. You're losing your touch. I don't care if it cost me in Teicher's Tower of Trivia.
Well done, Rob. Well done.
That did not deserve music. All right, enough. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. All right, Rob Parker. You just, I mean, I knew it was going to set you off. I didn't expect music and such. Of course you're right in that Steph Curry is not as good as Michael Jordan. Okay, we all know that. But if you listen to what Steve Kerr said, all he said was he's like Michael Jordan in that you get used to, you see so many great things night in, night out that you get used to it. That's all he said. And you took that and ran 10 miles with it. You got to rip Steph once again. You just took it too far. And I'm going to point out, because you went so far, I'm going to go far. And I'm going to point out a lot of ways that Steph Curry is like Michael Jordan. Now, he's not as clutch Of course. Michael Jordan's arguably the most clutch player ever. All right? He's not the GOAT and not in that conversation. All right, I get all that. However, like Michael Jordan, Steph Curry has changed the game of basketball. Michael Jordan changed it. Everybody wanted to be like Mike and go ISO, and even longtime NBA people became obsessed with quote-unquote athleticism. If you can jump out the gym and you're fast and quick like Michael Jordan, you can be a great player. You might not, never mind that you don't have the skills and the fundamentals and the basketball IQ of Michael Jordan, but you got that athleticism. Oh, you might be the next Mike. All right, and Steph changed the game too. All this shooting from 40 feet, 35 feet, all these logo threes, Trae Young, and all these youngsters coming in like that. Where is Steph? We're just like we were looking, who's the next MJ? They're saying who's the next Steph? And the next kid that can shoot the rock from 35 feet, they're going to be saying he's the next Steph. And another similarity was not a prodigy. We all know the story about, that's the thing, man. And that's why I will give LeBron credit that he was able to live up to being a prodigy. We knew about LeBron in 7th, 8th grade, and he lived up to it. But many of the great ones just come out of nowhere, kind of. And MJ, we all know the famous story. He's cut as a sophomore. Now, people don't understand it. He was cut from the varsity as a sophomore. Okay, so he played JV as a sophomore. It wasn't like he was cut from the JV team or the sophomore team. Couldn't play that year for the school. But he was cut from the varsity. He wasn't supposed to be anything great when he went to North Carolina. A lot of people didn't even think he should go there because he's not going to play much. And he developed into the greatest player ever. Steph, of course, Davidson, need I say more? 7th pick in the draft. MJ 3rd pick in the draft. So not a prodigy. Just came out of nowhere, worked hard. How about this? Changed the way defenses, like Michael Jordan made defenses adjust to him. And you've had to pay so much attention to Jordan that it opened up things for everybody else. How you think Steve Kerr, who couldn't create his own shot, John Paxson couldn't create his own shot, got those big shots? MJ. Same with Steph. The defense changes. They got to pick you up at half court now because of this dude's range. And also, he led a dynasty. He was the leader of a dynasty. And he didn't have to go anywhere else. He went to a franchise that was on the outs. You know the Bulls. The Bulls made the playoffs, I think, about 2 or 3 years before they drafted Michael Jordan. One time they made it, then they missed it like the next 2 or 3 years, then drafted Jordan, and the rest is history. Steph Curry. We all remember that little Golden State team, Baron Davis, Steven Jackson, that upset Dallas, all that. That was about 2-3 years before they drafted Steph Curry. And that was their highlight. And Steph gets there. They missed the playoffs a few years. They draft Steph, and the rest is history. Didn't have to go anywhere. Build it from scratch. So there are some similarities, Rob Parker. I didn't need music. I didn't get music. Alex, he favored you. Because I guess he, like Rob G, is a Steph hater too.
Rob Parker.
But I think I just dropped some knowledge. I think I educated some folk, including my partner, my co-host. You got anything to say?
No, I ain't buying it.
Or do I just go to the callers?
No, I ain't buying it. You made some cases, but they were flimsy at best.
Flimsy?
Flimsy, that's right. Flimsy,
did he not change
Chris
the game?
Broussard. But that's not what Steph was. What Steve Kerr, he was talking about greatness.
He wasn't talking about anything you were saying either.
Yes, he was. Come on, man. Talk about greatness. A guy who's 6-0 in the finals, won all finals MVP. Everybody told me that Michael wouldn't have won without Scottie. I don't remember Scottie winning any finals MVP. Steph has 0. Steph doesn't have a signature shot in the big moment in the postseason.
Scottie couldn't win without Mike.
No, I'm just talking about if
Durant hasn't won without Steph. Could he win without Steph? I don't know.
All I'm saying is
because they got James Harden, and they don't look like they about to win anything.
Yeah, all right, we'll see. We'll wait till the season rolls on.
They better get Kyrie back. They better get that boy vaccinated.
Nah,
this little version of the Nets, who I pick like you, but I'm disappointed in them. I'm watching them closely, and it ain't enough.
Last night they came back from 17 on the road against Dallas. That was nothing last night.
No, Dallas got Luka Doncic and what else?
Okay.
Dallas is under 500.
I don't know. It's funny because when they were up 3-1 on the Clippers,
about time they beat a good team too.
That was a good win last night.
Congrats to the Nets for beating a good team finally.
10 games
because
over
the good
500.
team's been rolling into your house and in Rob Parker's language, taking your lunch money. Chicago rolled into Brooklyn and snatched your lunch money. They did a Patriots to your Bills to you. You ain't do jack. So get it together, Nets.
877-99 on Fox. Can we get there?